Shit. Oh man, that guy. I'm glad he didn't get stuck here, man. I'm glad he didn't get stuck. He left his tire here though. He left the tire here, man. Uh, Shit, man. Well, it's back to fasting. I had my cheat meals yesterday. Now it's back to fasting. Ouch. And I gotta get some new shoes, man. My shoes are getting worn out, so I gotta go to the store and get some shoes, some new shoes. And these got about at least, well, I don't know, like a month left on them. Got one more month left on these shoes. And it's time to get some more, you feel me? But I want to talk about things that will ruin your dating life. What's up with it, Sean? Things that will ruin your dating life. Number one, let's start with your weight. If you are overweight, man, that will ruin your dating life. Being overweight, I mean, some dudes can get away with it. Like if they tall, you know what I'm saying? If they're over 6 foot tall, something like that, you know, they can afford to be chunky, you know what I'm saying? But if you're under 6 feet tall, no, you can't afford to be overweight. That will ruin your dating life. Unless you got a lot of money, you know, then you can get away with it. You can be fat, sloppy, and everything. What's up with it, Rome? Dudes, I mean, like I remember being fat myself, man. You know, I'm always up and down in weight. And every time I chunk up, I don't get any positive feedback from females. I get no dates. You feel what I'm saying? It's like night and day. You feel me? It is like night and day. If I put on weight, I will ruin my chances of getting sex. Now, we like sex, man. Men, matter of fact, no, we love sex and we need sex.
Wait.
Damn. Come on my head, my face. when I put on weight, women don't like me like that. You feel what I'm saying? Number two, the way you dress. Hellcat about to switch it up, man. I'm about to get another hat. I'm about to get a haircut or something. If you dress like a bum, you dress toe up, that'll ruin your dating life. Yeah, you gotta know how to dress, man.
Wait.
It's the same thing, man. You know, when we see a female that's dressing good, with some nice boots or something like that, you know what I'm saying? You go, damn, that girl got style. It's the same thing with them, man. When we dress nice and stuff, they be like looking at us like, he could dress. He had low percentage body fat. Man, that increases your chances of getting laid. Low percentage body fat, working out, and knowing how to dress. That increases your chance of getting laid. But if you dress like a bum, that's definitely gonna fuck up your chances with any female that you come across. Unless you're a Chad or a Tyrone. He's the only one who can get away with dressing like a bum, man, and still get a woman. Because I remember I was hanging out with my Arabic friend Chad, Chad friend, and he came into the club with a wrinkled shirt, and he still was pulling bitches, bro. He even said it himself. He was like, "Yeah, I can go inside this this bar with a wrinkled ass shirt and still pull bitches." Cause the guy he's an 8, 9, or a 10 in the face. So yeah, of course they're gonna make an exception for him. But let me come into the club with a wrinkled shirt on and some fucked up ass shoes on, linked to the side. You know, some linked over shoes. Remember back in the day, fools was poor, man. So they, you know, we kept wearing the same shoes over and over again until it was beat up, tired, man. You kept winning. You kept wearing those shoes over and over again until they was linked over. Got holes in them. You know, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, that'll fuck up your chances. Being broke, yeah, that'll fuck up your love life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it might not fuck up the short-term relationships, but it'll fuck up your long-term relationships. You feel what I'm saying? You know, there's certain dudes that can get away with that stuff. Like the Chads and Tyrones. Toe coming out of the shoe. I never really seen that before, but it can happen. You know, I seen dudes come to school when I was young, man, with their shoes are so worn down that they start to talk at the bottom, like the bottom of the shoe start coming loose. You know what I'm talking about, right? When your shoes start talking, they get that bottom lip down there, man. Yeah, that's not a good thing, man. You know. You know, but I seen motherfuckers with talking shoes come to school. That'll fuck up your chances right there, man. Again, that goes back to being broke. You can't afford new shoes. You know. But the age pill, getting old, that'll fuck up your chances with young females. You know what I'm saying? It might not fuck up your chances with women around your age, but it'll fuck up the chances with young females. And every single day that goes by, you know, you get older and older, and that's fucking up your chances with young females. Every single day every single uh, every single year that goes by, the young females not digging you no more. You old. Now you 45 like me or around my age, you can still pull it off with young females, but you gotta stay lean and you gotta have a six pack. You gotta have muscle, bro. You see what I'm saying? You can't be fat, big old pot belly sticking out, bald. You know what I'm saying? With no hair on top. It's a death sentence, bro. The age pills, whatever they call it, right? You know, that's why it's important to work out, man, as you age. You know, I think when you're young, you don't have to worry about working out as much because you got your youth working for you. But as you get older, man, they start holding out that age thing against you, bro. Oh, he's too old. He's 45, too old. But if you lean, you got a muscular figure, you know what I'm saying, lean and shit like that, man, then they'll make an exception for you, man. You feel what I'm saying? You become the exception to the rule. Oh, he's 45. I don't want to deal with no 45 old. I don't want to deal with no 45-year-old dude. That's too old. You know, that's too old. But when you come around, when you look good for your age, man, yeah, you're gonna pull a few youngins, man. But it's not gonna last, man. You know what I'm saying? As the years go by, man, you get 50, 55, 60, man. It's a wrap for older females. I mean younger females. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for younger females unless you got, you know, money together. That's why I say, you know, in your earlier years, prep, man, because you don't want to get to be 55, 60 and still can't pull no youngin, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's his name? Shannon Sharp. He would have been able to pull that female, you know, that OnlyFans model that's 20 years old. He wouldn't have been able to pull her if he didn't have the money, you know? He would never been able to get with her. I don't know what he was doing with her anyway. Being an OnlyFans model, she didn't even look all that good, bro. See what I'm saying? Yeah, so your age can destroy the relationship. I mean, you know, your age can fuck up your chances with young females. Because as we get older, man, we still like young females, man. You feel what I'm saying? We still like women in their 20s. And it doesn't change, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I told this young dude, I was like, man, you better get your money right while you young, man, because as you get older, you still gonna continue to like them young females. You know, a lot of them young dudes, they can't understand why us older men, you know, still like young females in their 20s. You know, and I was like, okay, well, take a walk in our shoes for a little bit. Let's say you get to be 30, 40. Will you still like young females in their 20s? He was like, yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. So don't shame us because, you know, we like women in their 20s and shit still. And we 35, 45, you know what I'm saying? You know, they look good. They look better than women in their 30s and 40s. You feel what I'm saying? No wrinkles, super soft skin. You know what I'm saying? Smell good. Probably taste good. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta understand, like, bro, a lot of that stuff will mess up your dating life. And number one is money, bro. It's like, guys gotta understand that money's important to your life. If you don't have it, that can fuck up your dating market. Your dating life. Or it'll make you less valuable in the dating market. Let's put it that way. You know, a lot of guys don't think money is important. It is. You know, if you don't have your money right by the time you hit a certain age, that'll fuck up your dating life. Cause then they'll be like, oh, this guy's like 45, he still ain't got his shit together. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that'll fuck up your dating life, bro. That'll fuck up your dating life. Understand this. Some motherfuckers don't never get their shit together. Like my father, he never got his shit together, bro. And as he kept getting older, the women he was able to pull kept getting lesser and lesser attractive. I noticed that about my dad, man. I noticed that, bro. I was like, man, Dad, bro, yo, you pulling in some wolf-looking women, bro. You know what I'm saying? And as he kept aging, bro, like it was just like he was getting these really ugly, tore-up women, overweight, fat. You know what I'm saying? So that'll fuck up your life, your dating life, getting older without money. You feel what I'm saying? Damn, time is moving by quick, man. Damn, time is moving by quick. Don't remind me, man. So my dad was here and gone, bro. The years kept going by, bro. The years are goddamn short. Next thing you know, my dad was alive, and then he was dead. Damn, it's gonna happen. The same thing gonna happen to me, man. The same thing gonna happen to you too. I don't like all this time going by so goddamn quickly, man. You feel what I'm saying? Because I remember just speaking to my dad on the phone just, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And now he's gone. Wow. And my mother too. Oh. They was here today, gone tomorrow. That's why you gotta live it up, man. Get your bread up and travel. It's like, man, 2032, I'm 40, bruh. Damn. Oh, you still young. You in your 30s, Breezy. That's young, man. My body felt better in my early 30s, man. Shit. My early 30s, man, my body was feeling good. And now I'm 45, and it's getting harder and harder to bend over. That's why it's good to it's getting harder and harder to bend over and pick up stuff. That's why you gotta exercise and do squats, man. You fall to the ground or anything like that, it's easy to get back up because you got muscle there. He said, but I'm broke. Yeah, that'll ruin your dating life, man. You get to be 30 and you ain't got your money right. I remember, in my 20s, I didn't get asked what I did for a living at all when I was in my 20s, bro. But when I got to my 30s, all of a sudden, women are asking me what I was doing for a living more. I heard that a lot more when I was coming up in my 30s. But I didn't hear it too much when I was in my 20s. They just expected me to have a job. That was about it. Any old job, really. You know what I'm saying? So, your weight and your height. Yeah, let's talk about height, man. If you ain't 5 foot, at least 5'9", 5'10", your dating life is gonna fucking suck, bro. You 5'5", man, that will ruin your fucking dating life, bro. And your height is nothing you can control, man. You was born with that. Unless you go through surgery. I seen cats go through surgery, man. they went from 5'5" to 6 foot. This one guy, he went and got leg lifting surgery, bruh, and he was 5'5", and he got what? How many more inches? I think he was 5'10" or 6 foot or something like that. And it was a painful surgery, bro. They were stretching his fucking goddamn legs. That's what they do, man. When they stretching your legs out. You know, and dudes did it. He did it. He taller now. You know what I'm saying? And now he's getting more, getting more action from the ladies and stuff. You know, height matters, man. That's the only thing that's been my problem my whole entire life, is I never got to be that tall. I remember, dudes I was coming up with in the Capoeira class, they were younger than me. And I remember them getting taller than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, you motherfuckers got taller than me and shit. Because I remember when they were young, the Capoeira class, they had the kids, I trained Capoeira for like 12 years, okay? They had the kids class, right? And a lot of them kids got taller than me. As the years kept going by, some of them kids got to be 6 foot, 5'11". You feel what I'm saying? The motherfuckers got taller than me and shit. So I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? So your height matters, bro. That's why you get all these shorty pants liking you, man. Like me, I do better with shorter women that are like around 5 foot tall. You know what I'm saying? Shorty pants, she around 5 foot. A little 7, she around 5 foot. Okay? 5'2", 5'3". I do well with those type of women, bro. But I don't do well with women around my height. I'm not saying it's impossible to get a female around your height, because it is. But it's a lot more difficult. I seen dudes out here with females around their height. You feel what I'm saying? But that's a rare, you don't see that too much. But you do see it though. So it is possible to get a female around your height. She just gotta like the way you look. You feel what I'm saying? If you are a guy that's 5'5", I suggest you get surgery on your legs. Save as much money as you possibly can, and get surgery on your legs, right? But it's gonna be a painful process. Remember that, bro. Man. So some dudes they want to get laid so fucking bad that they willing to go through surgery to increase their height just so they can get laid. I guess it means a lot to them, I guess, right? Just being below average height. Some people say my height is a good height. I don't really think so. They say, oh, well, you're 5'9", 5'10", you're closer to 6 foot than you are to like 5 foot, or 5'5", So 5'9", 5'11", with a 7 out of 10 face would slay quite often. Yeah, but don't be under 6 feet tall fat. You know what I'm saying? I learned that the hard way. I'm still dropping body fat percentage, and they pay attention, man, now a lot more, man. They pay attention, man. When women respond to low body fat percentage, let's get that out of the gate right now. Let's get that straight and out of the gate. They respond to low body fat percentage. And they respond to a high body fat percentage. I was looking at this this episode with Facing the LMS, one of the videos, and she was talking about this one chick. They had this one chick on there, and she was talking about how she met this guy on a dating show or whatever, and she was talking about the disgusting things about him. She was like, "Ew, he had a gut. He had chubby cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Can I see this person breathing on top of me? No." Yeah, yeah. He had a gut. You see, when you got a gut, bro, that plays against you in your dating life, man. Like a big old pot belly, yeah, that'll fuck you up in your dating life, bro. That will make it hard for you to get women, bro. Having a lean stomach will increase your chances to get the woman, man. You know, that's why I'm working out, fasting and stuff like that, because I don't think, like, you know, yeah, I don't think it's worth it, man, to be eating all the food and never exercising and then fucking up your chances of getting coochie. And it's just not worth it to me no more. So I start fasting, you know, and it works. You know, you see I lost weight. I still got more weight to lose. He said, "I remember that Facing LMS video." Yeah, remember that lady? How grossed out she was on that dating show when she found out that guy had a big old gut and chubby cheeks, and she was like, "Can I see this person like on top of me? Yes or no?" And she was like, "No." Fat dudes got a harder time in dating, bro. That's why you can't afford to chunk up. It fucks up your chances with coochie. It does. Your weight, that matters. Your money matters. Your height matters. Everything about that shit matters, bro. Everything. Yeah, I think the show was called Dating in the Dark. Yeah. Yeah. I guess, you know, the woman, you know, found out what the guy looked like, and she was disgusted by his gut. You know, she was she was disgusted by his chubby cheeks. You know, you know, like he had a gut. He had chubby cheeks. You know. Yeah, you see, that's like, because the thing is, look, they ain't got a gut. So if you got a chunky gut, man, then why should they deal with you? The women that you want do not have, you know, do not have guts. You know, Little Seven don't have guts. Shorty Pants don't have a gut. You know, they're not fat. So you have to match their looks by not having a gut yourself. That's why I do them sprints, man. Them sprints keep that gut down. Ooh, we gonna work out today though. We fasting and we working out. Do that stuff, man. It increases your chances of getting coochie, bro. Staying at a low body fat percentage, bro. It increases your chances. It makes sure you want to have the best chance possible to get into some panties, bro. You see what I'm saying? The best chances possible to get into some panties. You know, you don't want to be out here struggling. You know, your weight will make you struggle. Your height will make you struggle. And like I said, you can do that. You can heighten yourself, man. That's called cheating your genetics, though. You know, if you have a baby with a female, you better tell her the truth. Like, look, this ain't my real height. My real height is 5'5", midget style, and a manlet. It basically, you know, 5'5", really. And you know, they might get turned off by that. Just remember, when your baby come out short, that's the real me, you know. You know. That's why I don't think I won't get leg lifting surgery, bro. I don't think so, man. I think I'm good with my height right here, bro. This is it. I mean, I could get it up to 6 foot, bro. It's only a few more inches. 5'9" to 6 foot. Like 3 more inches, man. But I don't think it's worth it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I know that Chad dude comes around here. He around 6 foot. You know, he be coming around to see shorty pants and stuff. And I be jealous. You know, so I stood up next to him one day. And I was like, okay, yeah, he around 6 foot tall. But I'm not that, 6 footers are not that taller than me, man. They're not that much taller than me. They are taller than me, of course. That's by 3 inches. But they don't tower over me like that. You feel what I'm saying? Matter of fact, if I was fighting in the UFC and we was around the same weight, I'll be fighting 6 footers. What the hell? This thing right here. I can still fight 6 footers. They're not that much taller than me. I can still punch them in the face. Now they're 6'3", 6'4", and 5. Yeah, they tower over me. 6'5" guy, like The Rock, he tower over me, man. Now that's who tower over me. But a 6 foot dude, they don't tower over me like that. So yeah, height matters. Damn, it does. It does. And dudes do better when they go after women that are shorter than them. Like my friend Theo, my old school friend Theo. He was going after female around his. He was going after females around his height. You feel what I'm saying? And I kept telling him, like, bro, you gotta stop going after them females around your height. You gotta start going, after women who are shorter than you. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh man, and I was like, bruh, go after shorter females. It'll make your life a lot easier. And then after about a month later or something like that, we sat down, we talked again, and he was like, yeah, Kill, but you right, bro. I do got a better chance with shorter females. I was like, I told you, bro. At the time, I think Theo was like 5'6". He was short. He was having a hard time getting them females, bro. I seen him struggle, bro, throughout the years. And I was getting more panties. I was like in my 20s and shit. I was getting panties, and he used to hear me fucking bitches next door. Because he lived right next door to me, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And he used to hear me getting down, because he'd be like, damn, bro, I heard you tearing that pussy up last night. And don't get me wrong, he had a few girlfriends, man, but he struggled to get it, man, hard, because he was 5'6". He was scrawny, he was small. You feel what I'm saying? I thought The Rock was 6'5". I thought he was 6'5", man. Oh well. But yeah, so those are the things that'll ruin your dating life. If you lacking in all those areas, you're finished. It's like a fucking villain and shit. You're finished. I suggest, man, you work on yourself as much as possible, bro, to increase your chances of getting coochie, bro. Losing the weight, making more money. You feel what I'm saying? That'll increase all your chances, bro. You gotta like, you can't be out here lacking in all areas. You're lacking in looks. You're lacking in height. You're lacking in money. You're lacking in low body fat percentage. You know, you're lacking all those areas, man. Yeah, of course you're gonna have a hard time, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're lacking in too many areas. You know. Yeah, women are like cars. You get what you can afford. But the bag, you could get a Lambo. Yeah, you can. Like, man, like, women love money, man. So yeah, you're gonna get a better looking woman if you got bread. That's the reality, bro. A lot of us are not gonna be able to get nice, young, hot, juicy, tenderoni females, luscious females, tenderoni, luscious females, unless we got some money, you know. Certain women you won't even be able to touch at all. You won't be able to get it. Like I said, you won't be able to get a sniff of that coochie, man, unless you got some money. Not even a, you be like, can I just get a sniff? Nope, not even a sniff. You're not even gonna get close to a woman that's above your looks level, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Not even a sniff. You feel? You feel me? But I gotta go, man. I'll be back on later, man. We're already 30 minutes into this video. More like 37 minutes. You know. Well, I'll see y'all on the next one, man. I gotta go inside Starbucks and get me something. You guys have a good day. I'm out.